time of the Showgram, Friday morning free for all. It's our studio audience up in this piece.
Our Zach Galifianakis guy isn't even clapping. He's too cool to clap. Yeah, make Carlos clap. You got to make Carlos clap.
He hits the baby every time he claps. It's child abuse.
Rachel, where are you?
Right here.
Come on up here, baby. Come on over here and have a seat.
Hey.
Where are you from? What do you do?
I'm from Burlington, North Carolina.
Burlington where? What?
North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Burlington.
All right.
Yes. But I was actually born in Buffalo, but I've lived in Burlington for 25
Now, see, why
years.
is it you say Buffalo, New York, but you say Burlington, North Carolina? Like it's so funny.
Because the coat factory throws everybody off, and you don't know which
Exactly.
Burlington you're talking about.
Most people think Burlington
Vermont?
like Vermont, even
Yeah.
though Burlington, North Carolina is the biggest Burlington in the United States, which I just found out recently from my brother.
All right. Well, we just taught everybody
now,
something.
everyone
Fun
knows.
fact.
Yes, fun fact about the day. I know, I'm pretty awesome, just to
You
warn
are
everybody.
so awesome. What do you do for a living?
I actually have 3 jobs. So my day job is I work at an orthodontist office in Durham, and I'm like the receptionist. We call it scheduling coordinator, so it sounds better than receptionist.
Yeah.
And then I work as a wedding coordinator. That's like what I want to be my full-time
When you
real
grow
job.
up?
When I grow up, basically, which I guess I still have a couple years before I have to do that. I don't know. And then I also, which I call it a job. Some people laugh at me when I say this, but I'm a pet sitter. So I'm the crazy cat lady who doesn't actually own any of the cats. So I kind of feel it with you, Nikki. So the couple that I house sit for, they have 4 cats, and they go out of town during the week every week, but for some reason they split up and go to different places, so they always come home on the weekends. So I stay at their house 4 days a week, and then they come home.
Oh, wow. Well, you're very ambitious, 3 jobs.
Not ambitious, just financially obligated.
Gotcha.
Got to pay off those school debt.
Strapped for cash.
How many credit cards do you have?
I had 3. And that's kind of why I'm in debt. And now 2 of them I'm still paying off, and they're but I don't use them anymore. So now I pay everything just straight from my bank account. And I have one that's to a clothing store, so that when I need new clothes for work, then I can go. But I don't really spend a lot of money on that one.
Do you ever? What kind of clothes do you have to be or wear to be a pet sitter?
Oh, pet sitter? Whatever I want. I could walk around naked in the house if I wanted to, but
Sounds like maybe you have.
She has sweatshirts with little kittens playing with balls of yarn.
Yeah, exactly. That my mom knits for me. Yeah. My mom does knit. She's probably listening to this oh my God.
Shout out to Mom, the knitter. What
Yay, Tammy Ham.
The orthodontist receptionist thing. So I always think it's, first of all,
scheduling coordinator.
well,
Yes, scheduling
I'm
coordinator,
sorry,
Bob.
excuse me, sorry.
It's okay.
I went to the dentist
forgive you.
last week or a couple of weeks ago, and I asked I said, God, man, he just must be raking when I'm talking to one of the assistants.
The dentist?
Yeah, I said, God, man, he must be raking in the money because every time I go there, they're packed. And she says, no, you wouldn't believe it. I mean, we have days that are packed, but not so much anymore. Apparently, when the recession went down and everybody started losing their job, it was packed because everybody wanted to get in there before
they lost their insurance.
Yeah. So I'm wondering that, the funniest calls that you've gotten from people who had teeth issues. When they call in, they'd be like, Amanda, I want to
Well, we're
What?
not. An orthodontist is different than a general dentist. So
what's the difference between the orthodontist? Oh, because that's
they
I got you.
they put the braces in
I
Invisalign.
forgot. Yeah. Oh my God, I got a story about that.
I'm sure you do, Bob.
The orthodontist lady who used to put, most often the orthodontist guy or woman, whichever the case is.
The doctor?
Whatever. You can call him doctor if you want to.
Out of respect, they went to a lot of school.
Well, whatever.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. You call the doctor the same thing when you take your dog?
Yes.
I could. No.
Well, I don't have a dog, but if I took my dog to the vet, yes,
it's
it'd
a
be
doctor.
Yeah.
I just call them their name.
Okay.
Yeah. Special people who, they went to school and their history,
Yeah.
whatever. I don't call them doctor anything. They're just my dentist. His name's Tim. He's not Dr. Tim.
All right. Well, the
Whatever.
doctors over at NC State that saved Leroy Brown's life from all those bladder stones, yes, I refer to them as doctors.
Yeah, I just call him.
Yeah.
That surgery was probably something I
Frank.
would never be able to accomplish in a million years.
Just call him Frank. That's
yeah,
fine.
no.
All right, so anyway, there was this lady, and I had braces, right?
Okay.
And so when you lay on, if you get braces, you have to lay on this, like, S table. I don't know what you would call it, but it's like a...
Not anymore.
Yeah. It's like you have this table that you lay down, and then you lay down there.
Well,
and
yeah, you have to lean back so they can open your mouth. And,
yeah. So it was that like S chair. And so you're laying back there, and they would put, the lady would always take, just like you go to any dentist, and they put the little clisp around your face. And then she would put the instruments right there on your stomach so she could reach over to it. But she had giant boobs.
Oh.
So I'm 13, giant boobs, right? Not pretty. She wasn't a pretty girl,
I do have a story about that.
but giant boobs. And she would reach over to get the instruments, and it would be hard. And
You're lucky you didn't suffocate at the orthodontist.
Oh my God! If I was gonna die, that's the way I wanted to go. And I thought, dude, and I loved going to the orthodontist, and it was so funny because my mom said, "I am so glad that we found an orthodontist that you enjoy." I mean, I was only supposed to go once a month.
I'll have to tell Dr. Wilson that because he's always trying to, improve the office and get things that people like. But we actually had one of our patients tell Dr. Wilson that he was like Hugh Hefner because he worked with all the pretty ladies.
Yeah.
So we put that on our win board.
I can't tell you the last time that I went to my dentist and saw an ugly girl there. Like, who wants an ugly
All the
woman?
dental assistants at
They're
my
always
dentist
cute.
office, they're very pretty.
Yeah, you don't want like ugly people digging on you. But anyway, that's that. All right, let's move along. You wrote a book
I did write a book, yes.
about?
It's a love story. So it's about a couple's relationship as they meet each other and kind of progress through kind of all those big firsts that you have in a relationship,
So let's just go through this.
Oh, God.
Wedding planner,
Yes.
orthodontist receptionist,
Yes.
Schedule coordinator.
house and pet sitter,
Yes.
and book writer.
Yes. That's correct.
Did you write this book as kind of like what you wanted in what you were looking for?
Yeah. I mean, I would say that it's the relationship that I've always wanted but never had.
Was he really good looking and great in bed?
Hello, yes. Why else would you buy
I'm not gonna touch the great in bed part, but the good looking, yeah, and ambitious and pretty, stable and sturdy and athletic. And,
They're not available anymore, by the way.
I know. Trust me, I've been looking.
No, because you've accomplished so much, and I see you.
I wouldn't say that's accomplished.
No, I think it is, and because I do see you as being ambitious because you work hard. Is that why there was a club in high school dedicated to hating you?
The Rachel Haters Club. Oh, I really hope my friend Ashley is listening. So I've been friends with this girl, Ashley, since I was 6 years old, and we're still friends. And
after Eve, she started this club.
She started this club. We were in Latin class together with me, and it was me and her and my sister and a bunch of my friends were in this class. And one day she just decided that she was pissed off at me because I always threw off the curve, which I found ironic because usually they all cheated off my paper in that class anyway, so they wouldn't have passed that class without me. But anyways, so they created. I'm just saying, they created the Rachel Haters Club, and she used to do things like knock all my papers off my desk and throw my book bag in the trash can. And there was one day that my sister needed something from me at home, but they weren't allowed to talk to me, so she had to call Ashley and get permission to ask me a question. In our own house.
That's harsh.
It was really funny. I mean, I didn't take it bad because I knew it was just a joke and they were just laughing. But and we're still friends today. And now she's we just talk about everything. And her daughter's like my niece. And,
Remember that time when you were such a bitch?
Oh my God!
Oh yeah.
My friends hate me. It's so funny.
No, they didn't hate me. It was just a joke. It was just
The
funny.
Rachel Haters Club.
The Rachel Haters Club.
All right, one more thing real quick. Well, I got like maybe three. Okay. So, all right. So, you were at a wedding.
Uh-huh. Oh, this is a great story. That's what I think it is.
And one of the guests brought a hamster?
Yes.
Who brings a hamster to a wedding?
That was my exact question to her. So she comes and I'm sewing the bride into her dress because the bride's zipper broke. So I'm sewing the bride into her dress, and we're in this room. It's at the barn at Valhalla, which I don't know if anyone's familiar with that, but it's in like Chapel Hill area, kind of out in the sticks. And we're in the barn up in the top room, and I'm sewing the bride into her dress, and this woman walks in who's not related to the bride. She's related to the groom. She walks in and says, "Where can I put a hamster?" And I'm like,
Ask
what?
Richard here.
I did not say that, but in retrospect. So I look at her and I'm like,
somebody get a paper towel wrapper.
Put it with all the other hamsters. Hello.
there's a special hamster room, didn't you know?
Damn near
It's on the
killed him.
invitation. But no,
Don't mix them with the gerbils because then we'll have a huge mess. But thanks.
make sure it's labeled so we know who's who's at the end of the day. But I was just like, why did you bring a hamster to a wedding? And she looks at me like that's the
Like you're
craziest
the
question.
idiot?
Yeah, like I'm the idiot. And she's like, well, because we're on the way to the beach and this was on our way and we brought the hamster with us. Like they brought their hamster to vacation with them and thought that was completely normal that the wedding was a
Excuse
pit
me,
stop.
where did I put the cockatoo?
Yeah, I mean, it was just crazy. So finally, I found someplace to put it, but I was just like, and this was a crazy wedding as it was. I mean, and I don't want to talk about
Okay.
the other stuff because I don't know where they are listening, but it was it was a crazy wedding. So I'll just
I think that's
leave
a
it at
first.
that.
I've never heard of anybody bringing a hamster to a wedding before.
It was definitely a first for me. Yes, I've been doing weddings for 3 years, and that was the definitely craziest thing that's ever happened.
All right, second thing real quick, and we got to kind of hurry through this, but you have toes that are not symmetrical, which is weird.
My toes are asymmetrical, so I don't know if you probably can't see them from here, but I have really short toes for one thing, and the second toe is the same size as my big toe. It's the same length. But then the third toe on my left foot is like normal. On my right foot, it looks like it's
Put it
chopped
over
in
here.
half.
Let's see. Oh, dear God. Oh, dear God. Did you come out foot first? Look at that. Oh, my God. Look at this. But go look at that. Oh, wow. Look at that.
Oh, that your poor little second toe.
Do you get, like, money off when you go to get your petties?
No, actually, and I get a lot.
Oh, we're going to have to charge less for the little ones.
I get pedicures a lot, too, and none of my pedicurists have ever said anything about it. My sister loves to make fun of it.
Of course.
But... And, I was in a psychology class in college, and they were given the descriptions of, like, characteristics for Down syndrome, and one of them is asymmetrical toes.
Yeah.
Well, but I don't have Down syndrome, but I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
Just the asymmetrical toes.
Does anybody else wonder why she doesn't have a boyfriend? Like, she's got personality. She's cute, right?
Great laugh.
Is anybody else looking for a girl?
We're a hard worker.
Carlos.
Yeah, Carlos is looking for a girl.
I'll get Carlos's number before we leave.
Hey, you've always wanted to be a mom, and he's already got a baby.
I know.
All right, what kind of guy are you looking for?
One that's
Like good sense of
financially
humor?
sound, so she can quit at least 2 of these three jobs.
You have a job? No job?
No.
Well, you guys can hang out together.
I don't know. The kind of guy I'm looking for is just somebody who's nice and sweet and good sense of humor. I mean, I do love to laugh.
The guy in your
can-
book, basically.
Yeah, the guy in my book.
What's the guy's
Yeah.
name?
In the book?
Enrique.
No, in the book it's Ben.
Ben.
Ben. It's my favorite name. Isn't it a great name?
It is a good name.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Wow. And how old are you?
I'm 26. I'll be 27 in June.
You don't come across many
How old
like
are
bad
you?
Bens.
Not how old
Not your
you're at.
That's your mental age.
I have a girlfriend, though.
Yeah, Zach has a
Oh, do you?
girlfriend.
Anybody not have a
Carlos.
girlfriend?
Oh, everybody's taken.
Wow, really?
See,
Everybody?
all the guys I meet, because I'm a wedding coordinator, all the guys I meet are engaged.
Yeah.
And then at the orthodontist office, they're all parents and usually married
Gotcha.
or have severe problems. So,
All guys have severe problems.
well, I mean,
Overbite. You can't overlook the overbite. Sorry.
All right, back after this, more of our studio audience. Hang on.